Hi everyone. Hope everyone's staying home and staying safe. Be healthy, guys. And keep staying at home until notice comes. Today, we're taking emotions to just work on what are the emotions, how it is important in the organizational behavior, how it helps in giving success to the company and to an individual. Group of six people, myself Gayatri Malagalla and my professor is Dilini Veersinghi. The topic first. Okay. Emotions. What are emotions? Now, if a person is talking to you, you have some emotions for whatever he's saying. Say someone is cracking a joke, so he replies back with a smile. That is an emotion. So if you're hearing a sad story, you feel sad. That is one emotion. There's so many examples, and we have so many emotions like happiness, fear, anger, affection. There's so many things which comes in our day-to-day life and which affects our day-to-day lives and in both personal and professional life as well. Next comes types of emotions. As I said, there are so many types of emotions, but there are some basic emotions which are like everyday emotions you feel and you face from the other people, like anger, surprise, love, joy, sadness, and fear. I am very sure that people come across these types of emotions very, very frequently. Emotions in the workplace. Uh, a well-developed communication between an employee and the company is strictly required because uh, it affects the work of the company and it affects both employer and employee. It affects the company and his personal career also. Say that someone is bullying you at the workplace, it affects your work and it affects your personal life as well. You carry forward these emotions to your personal life. After going home, you shout at your wife or you shout at your girlfriend, you shout at your friends. So it's complicated. So a well-developed communication is required in an organization to maintain emotional balance. Next comes to generalizations of work and emotions. Some emotions can increase the performance of the company or a person who is working for the company, or it sometimes decreases the company success or the person career. Uh, like, so, well trained persons or a very good training builds emotional balance between both employers and employees, and it is very much required in the organization to be successful and to improve their personal career. So every worker, every employer should be aware of the way they are acting. They should respect emotions of other people. They should respect the emotions of themselves also.
Hi, I'm Kushdeep Kaur. I'm going to talk about the emotional labor. Emotional labor is the process of managing the feelings and expressions to fulfill the requirements of a job. More specifically, during the job, workers are expected to regulate their emotions while they are dealing with the customers, co-workers, and the seniors. So there are the three main stages of the emotional workers which I am going to represent. Firstly, I am talking about the surface acting. Surface acting allows a person to show physical signs such as a smile, representing the emotions that customer want to feel. When a person's engaged in the surface acting, they don't actually try to feel emotions they wish to portray. They may put on the fake smiles or other required emotional display. They don't reflect their true feelings. There is some example of the surface acting, such as we always saw the flight attendants pasting on a smile to satisfy the airlines. And the second example is a child's hairdresser who cuts a crying toddler's hair can smile and act mythically without actually feeling that. The second is deep acting. Deep acting takes a step away from the surface acting. Deep acting is an effortable process through which employees change their internal feelings to align with the organization expectation, producing more natural emotion display. The same example, flight attendants imaging the airplane cabin as a friendly living room. And the second example, the children's hairdresser may emphasize with the child by imagining how difficult it must be for one to be so tiny in a chair and it to be in the unfamiliar setting. And the hairdresser may really begin to feel bad for the child. And third one is a genre acting. Genre acting happens when the individual are asked to express the feelings that are similar to their own. If a job needs actual actions, less emotional research is required because it acts the consistent with the true feelings. It's not about a fake feelings and fake emotions. Now I'm representing the all acting with other way in some factors. If it come to acting, general acting, the closet your the center of the circle, the less emotions. It means your job demands are the less emotions. You can act the feeling with a true feelings. Research show the surface acting is linked to the higher level of the stress and less felt positive emotions, whereas the deep acting can lead to the less stress because the deep acting you need to give the true feelings. Emotional labor is especially prevalent in the service industries, which are often characterized by the relatively low wages, causing additional tensions and feeling of the unfair treatment.
This is Atika Patel and I will be explaining managing emotions at workplace. Every human shows their emotions and their moods. An employer can identify an employee's mood or an employee's behavior or action through their moods. There are three different types of mood that we can discuss over here. Discrete mood, moods in general, and dispositional behavior. Discrete moods are short group of emotions. They are joy, anger, fear, disgust, happiness, sadness, etc. And they do not last long and they can be affected directly by an action. Moods in general, they long last and they can be related to any cause. Uh, and for example, if an employee have an issue over their house, over their home, they can bring that kind of emotion or mood in the workplace. Uh, an employer can identify the situation by the employer's action or their behavior or their facial expression. For example, if an employee is feeling down and it's not work related, they can identify it. Dispositional behavior. Dispositional behavior is not directly connected to an affect, but to a person's personality trait, a person's overall approach to life. For example, if a person is optimistic, their approach towards life or their approach towards any situation would be negative. If a person is pessimist, their approach will be positive and they will find solution in positive manner. Hence, an employer can identify an employee's moods and take relevant actions towards their behavior.
Hello, I would take the presentation from here. My name is Muskan and I would like to discuss about emotional intelligence. Let's have a look on its meaning. Emotional intelligence is a quality that is within a person to differentiate between the emotions inside that person and emotion of other people. For example, what am I feeling? What do others feel has two different states. I can take a more good example, such as in a certain situation, I must be happy because I got promoted, whereas my colleagues would be feeling sad or jealous because they didn't get the promotion. So to go in detail, I would like to discuss about four building blocks that are involved in developing a high level of emotional intelligence. To discuss the first one, it would be self-awareness. Self-awareness occurs when you are correctly interpreting or expressing your emotion. For example, if there is a situation of joy or some happiness, then you should express your emotions at that time. It's not like you feel sad at that time just because you are thinking about something else and not enjoying that moment. You should be in that moment and express the emotion which is required according to the people around you and according to the role that you play. The next comes self management. Self management is to manage or to channel your emotions in a constructive way where they are needed. For example, if I take a short example of a manager. If you are a manager in a company and an employee performed really well, outstanding, so you should appreciate that employee, but to some extent, not out of that. Because if you over appreciate that employee, then the employee would be starting feeling that he has done something extraordinary, and that can bring a pride in that employee, which is not good for the company and for your team as well. The next would be social awareness. Social consciousness occurs when you can consider how others feel. You should know at every time that how other is feeling or how other is affected by emotion that you show when you are surrounded with them. As I said, that if you are in a party and everybody is enjoying, you need to enjoy with them because you are in a society and you are in a social circle where you need to perform as people want. If you do not, then there may be some situation where people would isolate you or feel or say that you have no control on your emotions. Moving further, the fourth one is relationship management. Uh, Under relationship management, one should learn how to control their feelings and maintain healthy relationship with others. Linking it with the previous example, you should control your feelings and should stay in the moment in which you are, and you should interact with the people according to the situation. You should develop the emotions that are required for that situation, not which are inside you. You should differentiate between the emotions that are inside you and that are required in the society or in front of others for your image benefit only. To have a deeper understanding of my concept, I would like to highlight an example from Nike company. Nike, as everybody know, is well known for their shoe variety. In the past years, the employees from Nike reported a complaint that managers from the company used to mistreat and abuse them. The managers would treat them like dogs, pigs, and they would kick them, slap them. The worst part was when they made their women staff stand in blazing sun when the women staff was not able to complete their target on time. This example can show that the bosses of this company demonstrated a very bad level of self awareness. They were in power, which they were manipulating, and they were manipulating their employees just because they have the supreme power of the company, which is not a good effect for the employees as well as the people in the company. For Further, here are the solution for night managerial issues. The company should hire people who are flexible in managing their emotions, who are aware about their emotions, not the people who don't have control on their emotions. This can be done with a proper selecting and recruiting process, giving people different tests and examining their emotional stability would help the company hire more good employees who are self aware about their emotions and who have control on them, who can easily manage their emotions even if the situation gets worse.
Hi everyone, my name is Sukhdeep Kaur and my topic is emotional intelligence. In the workplace, emotional intelligence can be used to create a harmonious team, taking the advantage of the skill of each team member. Empathy is a chief among the emotions that help build a productive team that is hired to put oneself in the shoes of another, whether that individual had accomplished a big victory or had fallen short of personal goals. Those with a high degree of emotional intelligence have been shown to have a higher self-efficiency in dealing with the adversity, to view problems as obstacles rather than risks, and to have a higher life satisfaction that can also help to reduce stress rates. The key takeaways are emotions influence attitude and actions at the work. Emotional labor is higher when one is forced to behave in the way that is incompatible with one's personal feelings. Surface acting requires a higher degree of emotional work. Emotional intelligence refers to understanding how we respond to our emotions.